What do you remember? I mean, how did he go out the door?
That Thursday was different. We went out to the water park, me and his two younger twin brothers, and we, kind of had like a family moment. We went swimming, and we came home around 4:30. When we did come home, he came in, took a shower, laid on the couch, usual day. And before he left the house, he asked me a question. He said, "Mom, can I go grab something to eat?" And I told him, "Sure, just, come back, at a decent time or whatever," because he was with us all day. And he gave me a kiss on my cheek, and I gave him, I believe, $20 because I told him don't use his cash because he was saving. And he left, and that was the last time I saw him.
So help me with that day. What happens? What's the first sign you had? That you and your friend had that there was something wasn't right?
If I can go back to that night, I got the younger siblings ready for bed, and I looked at the time, and it was around 10:30, a little after 10:30, and I called him and I said, "Hey, you said you was going to get something to eat, what you doing?" He was like, "Mom, I'm coming. I'm just hanging out with friends or whatever. I'll be there. I love you. I'll see you later." And I told him, "Okay, well, make sure you be here at a decent time," because he still, even though he just turned 18, he still had a curfew. He was not able to come in after midnight. So it was around 10:30, 10:35 when I, called him, and he told me he would be home. And
so he had his own car?
Yes, he had his own car. Yes.
So okay, go ahead. So then, so you were expecting him to come in, and then what happens next?
I was still drained and tired from, earlier that day, because of course we went to the water park, and that's draining. So after I hung out with CJ, I fell asleep, and then I woke up maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30. And when I woke up, the first thing I did was went to his room, and I noticed his bed was still made up. And then I went outside, and I noticed that his car wasn't there. So then, I kind of panicked, because that's not like him. When he's responsible, even with his car, he's going to come home at a decent time. And so I was really afraid. I didn't know what actually happened to him. So from that point, I called his phone, and it just kept going to voicemail. And I just got this heaviness in my heart that I can't explain, but I just knew something wasn't right.
And then what happens next?
I waited around. I kept calling his phone. I started to call family members, friends that I would think that he would be out with, and nobody seemed to know anything. At that moment, I just waited around until about 6 o'clock, 6:30 that morning. I called my mom, and my father and my mom came over to watch the younger kids. And I just went round and round, just maybe if I could see his car or knock at some of his friends' house, but I still wasn't able to locate him.